Hello everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Today we're going to take a look at the camera system. And it's still in beta, this could evolve even further, so what I'm showing you could change. But this is the camera system, and as a content creator for YouTube, this is always a very important feature for myself. And it was the one I had a little concern about going into this before I tried the simulator, because I wasn't sure how it was going to be. But to bring it up, you go up to the menu, and you click the camera icon. You have Cockpit External Showcase, which we'll go into. The reset position for when you move, you can snap back. And then you have this upper position button, which is quite nice in some aircraft if you need to be up just a little bit more. You can also position it yourself, but that's a nice feature to have. You have Smart Cam, which I actually haven't figured out what the purpose of that mode is, but it's there. Maybe somebody can answer that. And then you have Zoom Type, which you can either do manual or have it on its own. For the external, I like it about 60%. In the cockpit, you can go in a little more if you'd like. But also, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom too. You don't have to use that. So if you want like a nice glare shield view, you can move with the arrow keys up to the glare shield and just zoom in a little bit. And that'll give you a nice, pretty sweet glare shield. So when you're filming some videos or just if you like that view in general at cruise or whatever. Then you have the free look speed and the free look momentum, and this just determines how fast it will pan around. Obviously, if you go lower, you get a little bit of a smoother pan. And this is all being done right now with the right mouse click button. Hold that down and then you can move around. I'll reset our position back to what it was. And you also have some pre-selected views: close, pilot, landing, co-pilot. Instrument views too. Get down to the fuse panel, overhead, throttle, and your primary display. Some other quick views like some different wing shots, cabin shots. We'll go through those quickly. But yeah, many features to come with this camera system. Though it's a basic camera system, it's really nice and highly functional. I've had no complaints with it so far. It's allowed me to do everything I wanted to do. Haven't really felt limited by it. So let's come up to external. This is the view that was being shown a lot in some of the leaked videos and even some of the videos today. And this is where they're getting that. This is the external view, but not the only external view. We'll get into the next one in a second. Kind of just allows a nice 360 pan up and down as well. And you can zoom in and actually have some pretty nice shots. That one's pretty sweet. But one of my favorite things with this camera is that you can actually snap this panel into a window, and you can drag it over to a second monitor, or in my case, I am using a pretty widescreen monitor. So when I record for you guys, obviously I can't have it all the way across because that's too wide of filming, but I can snap it next to my canvas area, I would say, and mess with the zoom settings and everything that way. And that is pretty cool and functional to do that too. And also with the external view, you have also some quick views around the aircraft as well. So lastly, let's come up to the showcase. And this is my favorite mode for getting the cinematic shots externally. And it's done with a drone. You don't actually see this drone, but it's there. So if you have the follow mode, that'll follow your aircraft. You can turn it off, and you can be free to go around. You also have focus here, and you can set that to manual or auto or disable it completely. And so like if you zoom in here, you can see a little bit of blur, a little bit of a depth of field, but we're going to turn it off because I don't want anything blurry right now. And then this is the zoom level. I like to have it at about 60%. I think that's the right size. And then you have the drone speed and the drone rotation speed. And these allow you to move around very fast. I like to have the drone speed fast to get the camera where I need it to go. And then I come back over and I slow it down, and then using a gamepad. I'm just using one of the cheapest ones. You can use an Xbox controller. You can use the analog sticks to move around slowly. Obviously, all the way to the left, you get a really fast speed with the stick. Halfway, you get slow. So it allows you to have these nice pans. And using the triggers to go up and down and zoom. And you end up with some really nice cinematic shots through this. This is my first time using the controller. I think that's been a lot of developers, a lot of scenery developers use the controller method to get around their scenery and do things, and it's really nice. So this is using the trigger to climb, and you can climb very fast and explore cities. So if you just want to start out at an airport or something, you can go explore a city, and the rendering stays. You know, especially as you get closer. If you get closer down to the ground, it'll re-render the scene. But sometimes, in my experience with doing this in other sims, is the farther out you get, the rendering kind of stops. Not all the way, but everything isn't as sharp and clear as it was. But this lets you go far. I don't even know how far you can go. I've gone 10 minutes just heading out, and lets you just keep going. So we're in India, obviously, and a lot of people requested India, so while this isn't a showcase so much of India, you get a little glimpse of India here as we head over to the Taj Mahal. And you can turn off those point of interest markers. I just turned them on so I could find the Taj Mahal very fast. So using the fastest drone speed, we've moved over to the Taj Mahal, and once I find an angle that I like, if I was going to film this, you know, if I'm showcasing the Taj Mahal or whatever, using the fastest speed, I can find the angle I like, and once I get all that in place, I just want to frame it up, you know, the way I would. Then you can come back to the camera and you can then slow the drone speed and the rotation speed. Look at a little more zoom. And we'll slow these down, and then we'll use our gamepad, and like I said, the analog sticks, to slowly pan around. And that's how you get the external shots. And like I said, for me, it's new to use the game controller to do this, but it's really functional, and I really like what I've been able to get out of it so far. And that's how you do it. So this, you know, all you really need is creativity, maybe a little bit of photography knowledge on framing up shots, and you're good to go to make some high quality content. Also, I think just for people that want to explore a map, this is a quick and easy way to do it. And there we are panning. I mean, you have the freedom to really do anything with the sticks. I have found, like I said, the controller just seems to be the best method for this. And then, of course, you can go back to the cockpit and go back to showcase, and it'll still save where you just were until you hit the reset. But for now, that's the gist of the camera. Really like using it so far. Again, it's beta, could evolve. Sure it will. So this may not be final, but this is how the camera system's looking, and I'm really liking it. So all right, hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.